From After Dark World headquarters, this is your favorite correspondent, KD, for KD After Dark. Why? Because it's named after me, that's why. So here we are, Sunday, January 23rd, cold. We got shit to do. I wanted to show you several things. I always like to show off some of my albums. So here's one that I really dug when I was a kid. Son of Schmielsen by Nielsen. Now, he's got an all-star crew on here. Peter Frampton, Ringo, Bobby Keys blowing that saxophone. They got a great song here called Take 54. Joy to the world was a beautiful girl, but to me, joy meant only sorrow. And then, of course, the infamous, you're breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart, so fuck you. No, really, that's a song that's on here. Anyway, I can highly recommend Son of Schmielsen, my favorite Nielsen record, actually. And then we get to one of the last Jefferson Airplane records. Long John Silver. Great stuff on here. Eat Starch Mom. Jorma Kaukonen is really laying down the guitar work on this one. Twilight Double Leader. Trial by Fire. I mean, oh, I even like Irie Gang of Eagles. Anyway, I don't know who has ever seen this or heard this or listened to it, but it's really good. I could recommend this one. One other thing. I'm always talking about that maniac Jackie B and how he loved hot Schlitz malt liquor tall boys. Well, they don't sell Schlitz malt liquor tall boys and haven't in some time. You know, you have to get the 40 ounce in the bottle. Well, I went through a beer can collector in Anchorage, Alaska, no shit, to get this. This is what Jackie B used to drink. Now, I want you to take a damn good look at this can. Stout malt liquor, 24 ounces. He could drink one of these faster than I could pour one on the ground. It was an amazing thing to see. Now, he could only do one. That was his limit for a super guzzle like that, but the way he said it was, you have to open your throat and you literally suck the beer out of the can. It was an amazing thing to see if you ever saw it. So, I got one story that I'm going to get the hell out of here. When I was living in Charlotte, it wasn't the city it is now. It was more like 10 Shelbys put together. No shit. And each little Shelby had its own personality. So, I was over in the university area and that little Shelby. And they had a lot of what you call working man eating joints that, you know, the folks who made these places made them for the working man and the blue-collar truckers and construction workers and the white-collar guys who would come in and just want a burger. I mean, the menus were short, sweet, and to the point, and usually they were great. So I decided to go into one of these mom-and-pop joints. I'd never heard of it. I'll never forget this. So I'm walking in, and there's a woman there who looks like a real overweight Lulu Roman, if you can understand the context and meaning of that. From Hee Haw, a real overweight Lulu Roman. And apparently this was an ongoing thing, because I saw some of the guys in their button-down shirts, and I seen some of the construction workers. They were all sitting together having a big old time. And when I walked through the door, this is what I saw. I saw this broad hold up an iron skillet and said, I tell you what, that goddamn honky-tonk man thinks he's Elvis. If that motherfucker ever comes in here, I'm going to hit him right over the head with this damn skillet. And those guys were laughing like hell. She said, motherfucker thinks he's Elvis. And he ain't. Well, anyway, it was very amusing. And by the way, the burgers were great in there. I have no idea whether that place still exists. And for some reason, I never went back. But I just remember the woman who run that place was providing a lot of extra entertainment on her heel turn on Honky Tonk Man. Motherfucker thinks he's Elvis. And he ain't. I've seen his shit in the ring. Anyway, it was great. Just one of those magic moments you walk into sometime where there was just a spontaneous heel turn. And I think from a real damn mark, too. I mean, she was a mark, because I always used to say a mark deluxe. So anyway, it was a great old time. I missed the time when Charlotte was like 10 Shelbys put together. It was a really interesting place for a guy from Cliffside to come into. So anyway, with that, we'll say it all together and then we'll get about our business. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. Be kind to animals. Discipline equals freedom. Never complain and never explain. You don't have unlimited time. Don't you know that? So for Mr. and Ms. America, all ships at sea and all sods everywhere, this is your fave overright correspondent KD saying, I'll see you out there.